This is my new 5-blade GE fan. I still have the other one, but that one's going to be sold to somebody on the DT forums. I got this fan off of eBay again. It's in a little bit better shape than my other one was. And this one has the center GE medallion on the grill. So it's pretty much a complete fan. And it's in just a little bit better condition as well. As you can see, this has kind of a box fan style blade on it. It's a 5-element blade. We'll turn this to the side and show you the side profile of the motor of it. As you can see, it's got that long cylindrical motor housing that to me is just sort of evocative of aircraft design. And that's kind of further shown if we look at the back of it there in the air intake for the motor. You can see it's got kind of a jet engine style air intake. Now the motor on this fan is a little 4-pole 2-speed motor, and it's positioned at the rear of the motor housing, and the oscillating mechanism is actually to the front. Now there are screw holes on the back of this motor, so it looks like the cowling on this might be a little bit easier to remove, and I will see about servicing this fan. But for the time being, it actually seems to run, and it seems to run very well actually, and have a pretty good coast down time, so I'm not going to worry about that. We're going to turn this back around to the front and give you a run through of the speeds. The first speed selection on this is high. And this is not a very, it's not what you'd call a slumber quiet fan. The motor is a rather high-speed motor, and with a 5-element blade, that tends to make it have a bit of a whir to it. Low speed, there isn't much difference. We're going to turn it down to that right now. And as you can hear, this thing still moves along pretty quickly. I mean, it's relatively quiet, but it doesn't have the slumber quiet aspects of some of the other fans that I've got, like, say, some of the Signal fans that I've got, or my Emerson 77 series fans with the overlapping blades. This one's reasonably quiet, but like I said, not as quiet. It doesn't have that. If you're somebody that likes to sleep with a bit of white noise, this might be a good fan for you. I tend to like kind of a more whisper quiet fan. Thing about this guy is he also oscillates pretty quickly. What's interesting is that this is still a GE strap type fan, and that's a design that's been around since the 1950s or thereabouts. And I think that this fan was made in the early 1970s, and it's kind of interesting that it's taken up the same style. And I remember seeing this fan first seeing this fan in Disneyland when I was a little kid, and that's kind of what made me want one. I remember I saw it strapped to the roof of, it was actually bolted to the roof of a kiosk that was over by the merry-go-round, and it was there running, and I don't know what they were selling in that kiosk, but I just remember from seeing that I kind of wanted one. I mean, you know, to a fan-crazy 5 or 6-year-old kid, you know, you see something like that, of course you want it. Of course, I haven't been able to track one down until now, but I've got it, and I will put this fan to use. I plan to mainly use it on my back porch, because out there I don't care if I've got a quiet fan or not. When we have barbecues and all that, and we have food set out, it'll be kind of useful for keeping the flies away from all that. But I'm not going to leave it to rot outside. I will bring it in at night. And when I'm not using it out there, it'll be in the house. Mainly because these are fairly rare fans, but there are more and more of them popping up on eBay, it seems, recently. At any rate, I'm going to conclude this video now. This is my GE, it's a standard fan, 5-blade standard from the early to mid 1970s. Hope you enjoyed this video, and more fan vids to come. Later.